I think it's a real important thing for young people to express themselves because they often feel that they're not, that nobody's listening to them, nobody's hearing what they have to say. I used to be real angry before. One day I woke up and I walked out my cell and I seen some guy standing there. And for no reason, I just had a swelling of hatred for this person. And I caught myself. I'm like, why am I feeling this way? When I was about 13, well, I became a member of the group in my community. I prefer saying group than gang, but it was a gang. My father seen the road that I was going on. He would tell me about, you're fighting for a place that you don't even own. You don't own the neighborhood you're fighting for. You're fighting for a street corner that when you're gone, somebody else is going to be there. I knew then what the things that my father was telling me was right, was true, right? But I didn't care. When you're incarcerated, you're helpless. You're helpless and you're a burden. You're a burden to yourself. You're a burden to your family. You're a burden to yourself. You're a burden to your family. You can't really do anything. A lot of guys, when they're locked up, they deal with a lot of different emotions. And controlling your emotions and controlling yourself is very important while you're incarcerated. And basically, we have a saying, standing on your square. And standing on your square is not to let somebody else pull you off your square. And you're maintaining your cool. Nobody else is influencing you, pushing you, or pulling you one way or another. The artwork helped me stand on my square. I always liked to draw. I always was into drawing and stuff. Drawing different type of things, just figures, cartoons. I was always into reading comic books and stuff like that. So I had always had an interest in artwork. And a gentleman by the name of Carlos Vega had asked me to do some painting. And I had never painted before. I told him, Carlos, I never painted before. He goes, well, how hard can it be? You know how to draw. After that, I just started doing paintings more and more. I really got into it. I was on fire. I wanted to paint all the time then. A lot of my artwork at the time, I kind of used it as a vent while I was incarcerated, to vent. I mean, if you react violently or be a violent person while you're in prison, you're going to get more time. So instead of releasing that feelings of negativity on somebody, and I would put it into painting or put it into art where I'm expressing how I feel or pent up emotions. I believe that God has blessed us with creativity and intelligence and different gifts. And sometimes we've taken those gifts, myself included, especially myself, have taken our gifts and turned them into negative things. The things that I started to do and accomplish when I was there made me realize of how much potential I had altogether. If I could do the things that I did while I was there was no limit to what I can accomplish and do if I was free. Like those guys right there, those are the Black Panthers that were in the U.S. Olympics. Last year in the summer, I did a mural project with several youth in Humboldt Park, showing the corner of the Vision in California where the Puerto Rican flag is at. And the youth developed the concept. The concept is a fight between good and evil. They're saying there's a war in the streets between good and evil, but nobody sees it. And it shows demons and devils coming out of the floor of the Vision Street and angels sitting on top of the flag flying down, and they're fighting with each other. And there's people walking on the street that don't even see them fighting. But one of the students that was assisting with the mural, he lives in the buildings that we're showing in the painting. So we put him in the painting like he's looking through the window and he's scared and he can see what's happening.
Oh, this is crazy.
People produce art for people to see, and you're expressing yourself, and for other people to understand how you feel and what you're trying to say. And a lot of young people need that voice, and I think art's a great way to express that voice.